Um, so I love that Lama Rod keeps talking about the Heart Sutra because as and I'm just going to say my own perception right now, it feels like the world is spinning out of control. Not that it was ever in control, right? But we have all of these people in Sudan, in the Congo, in in Gaza, in the West Bank, in so many places, and poor people all around us, homeless people who are suffering so much. And 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 some days I think, how is this going to work out? How is this going to work out? And I know many of us are activists, and so we are doing stuff. Like probably all of us are activists in our own ways because we're all doing what we can to bring into the world the healing that we want, the justice that we want, the freedom that we want for everyone. And some days I just think, how is this going to work out? I don't know. And then what I realize is two things. One, I don't have to know. I really don't have to know. That's not my job to know. But also, I keep coming back to the Heart Sutta and the way that Lama Rod talks about, it's all emptiness. It's it's emptiness and an energy, and that's all it is. And this world, why are we here? Well, we got distracted and we ended up here. And this is not our home. And I think probably all of us, as we get deeper and deeper into these practices, we just realize more and more, oh yeah, this is not my home. This is not really working for me. And none of this is making sense. And furthermore, I can't even talk to some of the people closest to me about my about this. How many people can you talk to about form is emptiness, emptiness is form? And really it's fine because it's all emptiness and energy anyway. My root guru used to say it's all a play of consciousness, which is, I think, the same thing, but it's very beautiful. It's a beautiful way of thinking about it. It's a play. And I loved how Lama Rod recently talked about identity, our identities, our racial, sexual, gender identities, they're all just drag. That's what they all are. And we take them really seriously. And, we do have to take them seriously, but it's not who we are, right? It's not who we are. And none of this is who we are. Uh, and so that kind of takes the pressure off feeling like I have to fix anything. And so that's why I love this practice and love studying with Lama Rod and love gathering with people who get it, you know, and get it that we just really have to practice. And as things seem to get, I know we feel it, we feel the energy around us. The energy is shifting on the whole planet and all around us. We feel it. And 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 all we can do is intensify our practice. And so I've also really expanded my idea of what practice is. I used to really think about practice as the time that I'm sitting or, saying a mantra or chanting or something like that. But now I realize most of the time is practice, like except when I really forget, right? But but to keep bringing ourselves back and keep breathing, keep breathing, and so I just want to invite everyone to breathe and and see if you can find how your body would like to be so you can be a little bit grounded. And I want to invite you to bring your attention to the seat. And certainly you can lie down. Then I think your seat is your whole body practically, and you can just bring bring your attention to where you are meeting the ground and see if you can breathe from that place into the rest of your body. Or just imagine that you're taking in that energy, that care that is holding you right now. I'm feeling my shoulders drop, right? Just saying that. And see if you can let your belly be soft. And here we are with 58 other people who understand something very deep about what this life is. And who want everyone to be free. And who know, everyone here knows that practicing to bring about our own freedom increasingly, becoming more and more free, is the best way that we can show up right now. Is the most important thing that we can do. This sitting together even though we're far away, we're very close. See if we can feel surrounded by one another's wishes that we all be free. And one another's strength and courage and determination. See if we can take in the awakened consciousness of the earth, grounding us and loving us, all of us. And what if we all invite Medicine Buddha in whatever form, who would be Medicine Buddha for us? Maybe a blue Buddha sitting on a lotus. Maybe someone else. Who is Medicine Buddha for us? Just inviting them. To be here with us. And so then we're going to chant. We're going to put our prayers in the Google Doc, which I will put in there. And we're going to do all of it. But I think that because I'm also tech host tonight, I'm going to put in everything at once. First, I'm going to put the prayer doc. And then I'm going to put in both the chants. Okay. And I feel like I want to invite ancestors. Lexi Navalier is an ancestor now. And there are so many freedom fighters. And I realize that all of the people that I know who have died are my ancestors, whether I'm related to them or not. Now they're ancestors to all of us. So I mentioned him, and I want to invite anyone who would like to unmute and invite an ancestor. Might be someone we all know, might be someone no one knows. If you'd like to name an ancestor and invite someone who can help us through this time, someone who can help us be free, just go ahead.
I would like to invite Howard Thurman and Pauli Murray and Bayard Rustin, Martin Luther King, that whole group of brilliant Black theologians who rooted the civil rights movement in their deep spirituality. I just want to invite all of them, and thank you for mentioning Navalny. I also just want to pray that he gets all the ancestral help that he needs to make it through this passage. So
Great.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you. Yeah, maybe someone can put that in the prayer doc. Great. Yeah, so if anyone's here for the first time, the Google Doc is where we all write prayers, and welcome if you're here for the first time.
Hey, Karen.
Yes, Denise.
I think hi everyone. I think the Google Doc you shared isn't the prayer doc. So maybe the ancestors can help us with this one.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for saying that.
That's okay. You're doing it. Thank you.
Okay, here comes, I think, the prayer doc, but definitely tell me if it's not. Okay, wait. Okay. Okay, I'm putting the it's a little out of order, but here's the Google Doc now. And I just put in the chants as well for later, a little later. Other ancestors?
I'd like to invite Sister Margaret Casper, my deceased aunt, who's one of my, early freedom fighter, ideals.
Thanks, Janelle. Thanks so much. Yeah.
I'd like to invite Bell Hooks into the space.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Noah. Yes.
I'd like to invite Audre Lorde and Toni Morrison, and both of their birthdays were on February 18th.
Oh, that's lovely. February 18th, both of them. Thank you so much. Kendall, thank you. Yeah.
You know what? I would love to invite my Nona, Palomina Caputo. She's not a public figure, but I have been asking her to put her arms around women and femmes and people giving birth in Gaza.
Yes. Oh, that's beautiful, Carla. Thank you. Doesn't have to be a public figure. I figure these ancestors are not limited by time and space, so they can take care of all of us. Thank you. I love that prayer too. Yeah.
I'd love to bring Cecilia Gentili into the room, transgender activist and mother to so many of us here in New York City, whose untimely death we have been memorializing for the last couple of weeks. Such a beautiful person who really knew how to bring everyone into the room and into the fight, and who it would do us all well to honor by upholding her legacy.
Can you give her name again?
Cecilia Gentili. I can put it in the chat.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
I'd this is Ellen. I'd like to add the poets Adrienne Rich, Mary Oliver, and Rumi, who have all taught me how to love fiercely.
Wow, thank you. Wow, can you just feel that energy coming in with every single name? Thank you.
I'd like to bring in Aretha Franklin and Nina Simone, two of the most amazing activists who did it with music.
Yes.
Miranda, thank you. Thank you.
I had to step away for a minute, so someone may have already brought in Bob Marley. They released his movie the 14th, and he was definitely an activist for love, and definitely did it with music.
Oh, thank you, Sharon. No, we had not mentioned him yet. Thank you so much.
I'd like to bring in Thich Nhat Hanh.
Thich Nhat Hanh. Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. Yes. You know, you mentioned these names, and then if I know who they are, I can just feel that particular thing that they brought to us. Also, we are doing poets, so Rufat Alarir, and I'm sorry if I'm saying their name wrong. Mary Oliver, yeah. So, you know, in the Bible, Paul talks about being surrounded by a cloud of witnesses. And that's what this is. It's a cloud of witnesses to our yearning, to our practice. You know, also ancestor practice was completely not my tradition. I had no clue about ancestor practice. And then Octavia Butler, yes. And gradually I've understood that maybe there's someone else here who's new to this, and I just want to just say my experience with it is that I realized that, oh, Alyssa, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was definitely disagreeing. I'm new here and I definitely learned about ancestors and what that means because my friend talks about it a lot in her experience and I'm like, I don't understand. And so you kind of talking about that was me raising my hand. It's like, I am here listening for that because I don't also understand yet and I'm learning more about it. So thank you for sharing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. And welcome. This crowd of people, you're gonna really come to love them as well as this practice, I think. Derek Wolcott, thank you, Sharon. Yeah, so what I realized is that to have a relationship with ancestors is just like having a relationship with neighbors. You know, you have to talk to them once in a while or you don't have a relationship. And so that one insight really helped me because I began to pay attention when someone would come into my mind. Well, maybe there's a reason that person came into my mind. And maybe that there's a reason why that particular ancestor, whether they're related to me or not, keeps coming up. So maybe I should have an altar to that person, you know? So I have a lot of altars here. I have an altar to my relatives and friends who died, and I have an altar to Harriet Tubman, and a couple other altars. And when I meditate, I often will light a candle by the pictures or on a particular altar. And I just love that practice. Go ahead, Rachel.
I want to say two things that have been very important to me because I think white people usually aren't raised with the idea of ancestral practices. And so we get confused. And I've had two incredibly wonderful experiences, one with a Native American and one with an elder Black Baptist preacher, James Forbes. And the Native American, Sandra Ingerman, said she always wondered why people didn't want to call on their ancestors, and it was because they were so traumatized by their immediate ancestors. And so she taught this, and Lama Rod teaches it too, to call on the helpful, compassionate ancestors. But you don't want to just call on any old body necessarily. And so Lama Rod talks about that a lot, and I think that opens everything up, just to say I'm praying to the helpful, compassionate ancestors. And I often pray that I call them the healed ancestors will help the ones who are not healed. I don't really know what to do for the ones who are not, and they're vast. So I often pray for their healing. And the last thing is just sort of like what you were saying, Karen. I was talking to Dr. Forbes one day about feeling like, especially Howard Thurman has been such a huge presence and all kinds of people connected to him. And I'm like, I said, I think I'm sort of wanting to claim him as an ancestor. And he said, well, how do you know he's not claiming you? Mm. And I think that's a lot like what you're talking about. Like when somebody keeps coming and coming and coming.
Right. That's right.
You honor them and you respect them and you just say, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you. Speaking of thank you, Jesus, I think of Jesus as an ancestor too. This, Jew in Roman occupied Palestine whose life was not worth a penny any day he walked outside the door. And he has some things to offer us based on that stance that he occupied of inner resources. So anyway, thank you for this conversation. That's enough.
Thank you, Rachel. Yeah, I love that. How do you know that they haven't claimed you? I wanted someone to be my ancestor who wasn't related to me, who was very famous. And I prayed to her and said, please, will you be my spirit guide? And I felt like she answered me. She thought it was hilarious. She said, of course, I'm your spirit guide. I've always been your spirit guide. So, that's the kind of thing that can happen when we're developing these relationships. So we're going to start chanting in a minute, but I also love this idea. Thank you for bringing the soil, plants, non-human ancestors, and native caretakers of the lands that we live on. Thank you so much for that. So as we start to chant and as we start to just practice more deeply, let's just know that we've been inviting all these people and they're here, they're here with us. And chanting is magical. Like when we're really chanting with our whole heart, with not only an understanding that we've been initiated into these chants by a teacher who has his whole lineage behind him. This is a chant, actually not the introductory chant, but it's enough to me that Lama Rod initiated us into the introductory chant. But the main chant, both of them are in the chat now. That comes with a long lineage of realized teachers. And the words themselves are imbued with a power that I can't explain, but I know is true. So when we chant, we're not just singing, there's something else happening. And our intention in the chant really carries a power. Like this first introductory chant, we're just going to sing Om and then the words 3 times, Om in Latsange Kino Soha. We're just calling Medicine Buddha to us. So powerful to do that together. So I wish I could hear everyone, but Zoom does not allow that. But please, please bring your attention to your body again and allow your self to be here in your body. And again, attending to the seat. And I wonder if we can just feel held by the seat. Because many of us are going through really hard things right now. And so we need this. We need to feel held. We need to know that we're not alone. We have the support both of one another, of our teacher, but also of the unseen world, of all of this cloud of witnesses, all of these beings who are beyond time and space. But even as we say their names, we can feel their energy. And we've invoked it. And so we sing this introductory mantra. First, singing Om, and then singing the mantra 3 times. Taking a breath. Om in la sanghe kino soha. Om in la sanghe kino soha. Om in la sanghe kino soha. And once again. Inviting Medicine Buddha and all of the beings who want us to be healed, who are reaching for us even now. And with us. And I think we have the prayer doc in the chat now. So in a few minutes, we're going to start the main chant, but I just want to invite everyone to put their prayers in the chat, because we'll chant together the main mantra, and then we will do the prayers together, and then just a little more chant.
I'm sorry, Karen, you said put them in the
chat. Thank you, Sharon. No, don't. Please don't put them in the chat. Thank you so much. Don't put them in the chat. Put them in the Google Doc. Which did I get it in there right finally? Yes, I did. It's right after the chants. And you guys can repost these things so they don't get lost in the chat. But yeah, Medicine Buddha, I pray that you know and look upon me now. But this next chant is like this. I pray for the end of pain and suffering and the root of pain and suffering, and I release the energy of this prayer out to all the worlds so that we all might be liberated, keeping in mind the meaning of the chant as we chant. Okay. Okay, I'm going to do the drum with it. Okay. Om Te Ata Om Begitse, Begitse, Maha Begitse, Raza Sumungate Soha. Turning our attention to the... Okay. So, in the presence of all of these ancestors, we call on all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, all the beings that surround us all the time, who have more power than we do to shift time and space, and who can open our hearts so that at least we can change our relationship to the things we despair about. May all of these beings, all of these powerful beings, be with us now and hear these prayers and help us and accomplish these yearnings of ours. Prayers for healing of this cold so that I may be strong enough to enjoy my daughter's visit. Prayers for Katie Roberts McBreen's health, who's struggling with multiple new chronic diagnoses. Prayers for Chris and Sarah, who shelter me and practice with me. Prayers for the Tibetan Nuns Project, who performed Tara Puja for us last week. Prayers for Luna's health. Prayers that I might have some release from physical pain and feel joy. Prayers that my job interview tomorrow goes well. Prayers for ease and clarity. Prayers for my husband, my youngest brother, and myself as I tread new emotional waters. Prayers for Terry's father as he has recently passed. Prayers for a friendship that has ruptured. I pray that we both receive the love, clarity, and healing that we need to make it to the other side more loving and compassionate. Prayers for my broken heart. Prayers for Reuben Jackson on his passage to the ancestral realm. May his friends and family be held. May he be loved and supported in this transition. Prayers that I may be loved and supported in this next phase of my life. I pray for the courage to love like Tara. Prayers that my physical symptoms ease. Prayers for my father. Prayers for my mother in her challenging state, fearful and resistant to care. Prayers for my daughter's fathers in the fear ripping their community apart. Prayers for my ongoing flaring chronic conditions which require the sort of rest for my nervous system that my life rarely allows. Prayers for Elle, may they deeply feel my love and appreciation. Prayers for my ancestors who have helped lead me to a lovely gift of a relationship recently. Prayers that my partner will get one of the positions they are interviewing for. Prayers for Porter, may their body heal so they can continue doing what they love, and may they receive support from medical professionals. Prayers for my children that they feel loved and safe, and prayers for the same for all children. Prayers for migrants and people held against their will. Prayers for people feeling lonely and hopeless to be free and held. Prayers for myself as I find gentleness and calmness for my body, mind, as I am leaving for Thailand in a few days for a month-long journey. Prayers for guidance as I navigate my next steps. May I choose what is best for myself and my community. Prayers for the Palestinian people in Gaza. May they find peace and safety today and closure for their loved ones lost. Prayers for the animal beings. Prayers for the waters, olive trees, and all the embattled ecosystems of Palestine. Prayers for all with chronic illnesses. Prayers for healing throughout my ancestral lines. Prayers for Alexei Navalny. May he receive all the help he needs in this passage after a violent death. Prayers for his family, for all Russians who long for freedom, For a beautiful Russia that Navalny thought was possible. Prayers for Ukraine and all her people. Prayers for the people in Congress who are praying with their lives now. Paying with their lives, playing with these people's lives now by threatening to withhold aid. Prayers that we stop this carte blanche aid that we send to Israel, that we might stop furnishing them with weapons. Prayers for the Israeli people, also all the people who have been so profoundly traumatized. Prayers for myself in this knee surgery recovery process, which has had some interesting sidebars. Prayers for my children and grandchildren. May they stay safe and happy and grow into their most authentic selves. Prayers for myself, for my knee surgery recovery process. Grateful to know I'm not alone. My friends M and A who are going through grief, burnout, and family crises, and anyone who needs healing and medicine. Prayers for myself, all of us here, and all beings, that we aspire to love, live as free as possible, as accessible, and support the liberation of all beings. For Bran, as they seek a new spiritual community to serve. Prayers for Lydia to experience spaciousness, to see a way forward as she receives difficult news. Prayers for my sister Lindsay, who is battling grief and illness. May she find her way through. Prayers for my grief and the grief of all beings at this time. Prayers for my sister Rebecca and the healing of her body. Prayers for Carl, Brenna, Wyatt, Ruby, and Isaiah, who are grieving the sudden loss of husband, father, Corey. May they have comfort in this wretched time and feel the love that surrounds their family. Prayers for all the people in Rafah and Gaza. May we see justice and peace in our lifetime. Prayers for my partner and I as we continue through our experience of trauma work and grief. Prayers for the depression and anxiety that can feel consuming on some days. May my chest and heart soften. Prayers for my mother, Kathy, as she finishes her chemo and radiation and begins healing again. May she find health and vitality again and live a long and full life. Prayers for Kay, who is struggling with dementia and a recent stroke. Prayers for my father, who has pancreatic cancer. For my aunt, who recently passed. For the new grandchild of R&T. For my ancestors to be present during this time. For all the caregivers. Prayers for Gaza and the West Bank. Prayers that we who live in the country enabling this genocide have the courage to bring as much pressure on our government to stop sending arms that kill and restore full funding to UNRWA. Yes. We pray all of these prayers, knowing that they are heard. And we ask that we feel the care and the love that is being poured into these prayers, and the care and the compassion and love that is being poured to us from the unseen world all the time. Thank you for listening to these prayers. Beings on all levels of reality, thank you. May these prayers be accomplished. Ashe. And then returning to this chant for a little while, which contains all of the yearning for healing and freedom that is in these prayers. Om Teata Om Begite Begite Maha Begite Raza Zumungate Soha Teata Om Begite Begite Maha Begite Raza Zumungate Soha Teata Om Begite Begite maha begite rasa sumungate soha. Te ata begite begite maha begite rasa sumungate soha. Te ata begite begite maha begite rasa sumungate soha. Te ata begite begite maha begite rasa sumungate soha. Like this, we pray for the end of pain and suffering and the root of pain and suffering, and we release the energy of this prayer out to all the worlds so that we all may be liberated. And now, I think my favorite part, the Shantideva prayer, and we'll say it 3 times. May I be a protector to those without protection, a leader for those who journey, and a boat, a bridge, a passage for those desiring the further shore. May the pain of every living creature be completely cleared away. May I be the doctor and the nurse, and may I be the medicine for all sick beings in the world until everyone is healed. Just like space and the great elements such as earth, may I always support the life of all the boundless creatures, and until they pass away from pain, may I also be the source of life for all the realms of varied beings who reach into the ends of space. Again, may I be a protector to those without protection, a leader for those who journey, and a boat, a bridge, a passage for those desiring the further shore. May the pain of every living creature be completely cleared away. May I be the doctor and the medicine, and may I be the nurse for all sick beings in the world until everyone is healed. Just like space and the great elements such as earth, may I always support the realm. I forgot to look. Just like space and the great elements such as earth, may I always support the life of all the boundless creatures, and until they pass away from pain, may I also be the source of life for all the realms of varied beings that reach into the ends of space. May I be a protector last time to those without protection, a leader for those who journey, and a boat, a bridge, a passage for those desiring the further shore. May the pain of every living creature be completely cleared away. May I be the doctor and the medicine, and may I be the nurse for all sick beings in the world until everyone is healed. Just like space and the great elements such as earth, may I always support the life of all the boundless creatures, and until they pass away from pain, may I also be the source of life for all the realms of varied beings that reach into the ends of space. Amen. Wow, it's just such a beautiful, beautiful prayer. And I really thank you for all of your help. Thank you for all of the ways that you helped me tonight, and the beautiful spirit that we kind of raised together, and the beautiful practice that we were able to do together. It's just not the same doing this by myself. So yeah.
And thank you, Karen, for your double duty tonight. For being tech host and practice leader.
Thank you. That was not expected. I appreciate that, Sharon. Yeah. Well, we're just going to all keep showing up on Monday night, no matter what. So something's going to happen. Next week will be community led, but the week after that, Lama Rod will be back and thank you so much.